Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another iTWire video with top Australian IT executives. Today I have with me Gino Casha. He is the General Manager of Mobile Communications at LG Australia. Gino, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Alex.
So please, tell us all about LG's new G5. It was launched at MWC. It's a modular phone, what can people expect when it launches in April next month?
Okay, thanks. Well, firstly, thanks for inviting me, Alex. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. G5, geez.
It's flagship phone season.
It is. How long have we got? Probably not that long, so I'm going to try to condense it as much as I can. G5 is a very exciting device for us. It's a very big departure from G4.
Yeah, where we had the curve there with leather. Now this is a glass and metal phone. That's premium, right. Ultra premium.
Exactly right. And glass and metal is not new. And we made a very, very big announcement at Mobile World Congress, like you mentioned, in Barcelona. It's not new in terms of mobile phones, smartphones.
Sure. Yeah.
This is quite an innovation. This is not just your average glass and metal device. Sure. This is the world's first modular smartphone. Now, you're probably wondering what modular is.
Yeah, I mean, people have heard of that Project Ara where you can pull different, it's almost like you can pull everything apart, but this is very specific.
Yes, it is. It is very specific. So here's the device here. So you've probably already seen it online. But the idea is we really brought some innovation and some thought around our flagship device. We probably could have gone out and brought out a full metal device with a piece of glass. I guess the idea is to really innovate and make it very, very different.
You want to be something. You want to do something different, because if you're the same as everybody else, what's this USP, the selling point? Yeah,
exactly right. So this is, like I mentioned, world's first modular device. I'll just exactly show you how it works. So there it is. So the idea behind this is obviously it's a removable battery.
Yep. Which is something you don't see on glass and metal phones. You haven't seen it for a long time.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. So we come up with what we call friends, like you mentioned. Two of the friends are modules that you click onto the bottom of the smart device. So I've got here a B&O 32-bit DAC audio player.
So that dramatically improves audio.
Sure, it certainly does. So if there's any high-end music listeners out there, will know exactly what I'm talking about.
And you said 32-bit, so that's even higher than the 24-bit audio
exactly
that people...
Right.
So this is really high-end.
Exactly right. Exactly. And this kind of technology you find in very, very expensive and high-end stereos. So the idea is click the battery into the DAC player, and you click it back into the G5, and all of a sudden you've got 32-bit DAC capable.
And you just turn it back on, and within a few seconds it's back on.
Exactly right. The second module we've got is one of my favorites, is the LG Cam Plus. So what this does is, and I've spent about $1,000 on a DSLR. Probably about a year ago, and I can't remember the last time I honestly used it. Now,
it's just too big, isn't it? You've got the phone in your pocket to go with that.
Exactly right. So the idea with this is that you click this module or friend on the back, and it gives you physical buttons, a physical video button, record button, and a physical zoom button. But also, very importantly, and we all are a bit of a battery hog these days, we all want our smartphones to last forever.
Absolutely.
Not right now, they can't yet, but they will soon. With this particular device, it gives you another 1200 milliamp of battery.
Right, so that's the added battery there.
Correct.
It's not just a grip for your hand.
Correct. So another 1200 plus 2800, nearly 4000 milliamps of battery. So, if you want to take that on holidays, that's all I'd be taking, probably not a DSLR. So we're really excited about G5. It's a very innovative product. The feedback we've got from the public and from media has been absolutely fantastic.
And obviously, that's right. The MWC reaction must have been off the charts. I mean, I saw the videos; they were very cool. I'll be linking to those. But these aren't the only friends that LG has. You've got a whole suite. So what are some of the other? We can see one of them there.
Yeah, you can see this. So we've got, this is one of my favorites. This is the rolling bot. This does a whole...
Now this is like twice or 2.5 times or maybe 3 times bigger than the Sphero or the BB-8 that people...
The BB-8, yeah. So
you can really see.
This particular robot would definitely run straight over BB-8, definitely.
Yeah, that's right.
It's, most definitely. Slightly a bit heavier than BB-8 also. But, the idea behind this is again, a very innovative friend to the G5. It's for home security pretty much, and even pet care.
Yes, well, it has a laser, famously.
It does.
To play with your cat.
Exactly right. Also does voice. So what you can do is you can talk through your G5, through the Wi-Fi, through the AP network, and basically the voice comes through this particular device.
And there's a camera there which you can see the footage of on your phone from anywhere on the planet.
Exactly right. And SD card slot, so you can record all the video or record all the images. If you forget to turn the television off, you can turn the television off via here. This little friend will walk up your TV and basically IR blast the television.
Incredible. And you can imagine, some future model would be blending that in with your little portable robot vacuum cleaner.
Sure, yeah, exactly right.
or any other sort of device you might want to have. Yeah, that's great. And I mean, the response to that's also been off the charts. People have just
it has. So if you're lucky enough to get it over at MWC, we had a bit of a lineup to play with this our little robot, but it was very, very well received again. Very innovative again. Again, we would just try to very much when we did launch G5 not be the same as everybody else.
That's it. And we'll obviously have a demo of this being driven around at the launch in April.
Yes, we will.
So yeah, looking forward to that. Now you've also got the camera, the headset, and there's other friends besides. But just I can see you've got some other things there. Let's have a quick squiz of those.
Yeah, sure. So this is our 360-degree camera. Again, innovative product. Probably again.
So it's got a camera on both sides.
Exactly right. So 360-degree video and also 360-degree imagery.
And it's a sort of very wide-angle lens to get that 360-degree effect.
Correct. Yes, for memory, etc.
And you think people are going to like attach it to their top of their helmets and stuff, or all over the place, right?
I probably wouldn't advise that, but maybe who knows? I'm sure.
Well, there'll be attachments or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
They have them for the other.
Whatever.
Yeah, and then the headset.
Yeah, so this is a VR headset. So this is a 360 VR headset. It's a lot smaller than the current VR headsets. It's a hell of a lot lighter.
Yeah, it's half the size. Yeah.
Exactly right, hell of a lot lighter. But one of the most unique things, other than the size and the design, is I guess it takes a USB Type-C, so it directly connects to the bottom of your smartphone, your G5.
So it has like LCD screens inside of it. It's not using the phone like the competition.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
but that makes it lighter.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. So it's got some smarts actually in the headset itself, and most of the smarts are in the device. But you're spot on. There's no need to put your device in the headset.
And does that work by any chance with any other Android phone with the Type-C, or is it specific to the G5?
Specific to G5,
sure,
right.
Which makes sense, which makes total sense. But I mean, you could always make one in the future, I guess, if you wanted to. So are there any other specific standout features you want to mention about the G5 that... I mean, I can see there's a fingerprint reader on the back.
Yeah, most definitely. So fingerprint reader on the back, where we probably think a fingerprint reader should be. That's also doubles up for the on and off button. I guess, and you can probably see that here. It's got dual lens, so dual camera on the back.
Two cameras, yeah.
Two cameras on the back. One's a 16 megapixel one, the other one's an 8 megapixel camera.
And the benefit of that is?
The benefit is a very simple one. So our human eye sees about 125 degrees. A normal standard smartphone, so all our competitors, including some of our older devices, only see about 73, 75 degrees of an image. With dual camera, dual lenses, you can see up to 135 degrees. So you're actually really, in layman's terms, you're taking an image of what you actually see.
So this is a really widescreen effect.
Sure. Exactly right, and it's very, very simple. It's one touch of a button. There's no need to do settings or anything. You basically press one button, it takes the 75 degree image, press one other button, and it basically brings the whole image to life, and it takes exactly.
So is that like a panorama without having just to stand there laboriously moving the scene around?
It's a bit different to panorama. It's more of I wouldn't even call it a fisheye. It's truly a wide angle lens.
I mean, really, that makes it for a better image, because when I see panoramas, if you've got one side of the street and the other side of the street, you have this
you got to
weird
stitch it all together.
It doesn't look realistic.
You're spot on, and if you're no good at keeping the phone kind of still, which I'm not. This is again, you've really got to see it to believe it. It just, in a nutshell, it takes an image of what your eyes are actually seeing, and a bit more, without no distortion. Well,
look, I mean, we're obviously going to hear plenty more about this over the next few weeks, and got to keep some surprises for the launch. But it looks like a fabulous phone with Android Marshmallow 6.0.1, I guess.
Sure.
Now you have another phone that is a world first, and this is one that you recently announced. And tell us all about this one. I'll let you make the surprise.
So this is the LG Stylus DAB Plus device.
Yeah. So just pull the Stylus out for people.
Sure.
They're probably, because most people wouldn't have seen an LG phone with a Stylus, even though it's been around for a little while.
It has. So again, it's not a world's first, but the world's first is like you mentioned, it's a world's first DAB Plus smartphone, DAB Plus radio. And we're working very, very closely with Commercial Radio Australia to launch this device. We'll have an event towards the end of April, so you'll probably see just after that. But this is very exciting for, DAB Plus is not everywhere. It's in predominantly metro areas.
Capital cities.
You're spot on. But the clarity is absolutely fantastic.
Well, it's beyond FM. It's much better.
You're absolutely. It also has an FM radio, so if you're
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah,
so that's good to know.
Sure. The coolest thing about this is, other than 100 and something odd DAB stations, the idea is you don't suck up your data.
Yeah.
So if you're on one of the streaming services, you're using your network's data.
And if you listen to your favourite station, I like to listen to my favourite station, because when I'm going underneath tunnels and things, if it's on AM, it always cuts out. But when you're getting it through streaming, it doesn't do that. But DAB probably shouldn't cut out under tunnels.
No. Well, it's actually got a physical chip inside. Yeah. So, and there is a specific DAB Plus application. And the cool thing about this, again, is, like I mentioned, other than all radio stations, is a very interactive kind of feel. So, for example, if your radio station has a competition or something, they can actually push content to the device and get the consumer actually more, engaged with the.
Can you tap things on the screen to
interact? Sure can. You can go to URL. and you can enter competitions, all that kind of stuff. So that's slowly coming. We'll give you more info at the end of April.
And no data charges, which chew up.
Absolutely spot on. And 5.7-inch display, 3,000 milliamp battery, expandable. Fantastic mid-range device.
Do you have an option to record radio?
No, unfortunately, no.
But that's something that could a third-party phone software maker take advantage of the chip if they wanted to?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest.
Sure. I mean, I only ask because I use a radio app on my phone, and sometimes when I'm listening to the news reports about the weather or the traffic, if I'm not paying attention, it's like, what did they just say about XYZ road? So I hit 30 seconds back.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, presumably it's an Android phone that you can have Android apps made for, and you probably find some of the big radio guys will go, hey.
Maybe.
Yeah. And so when should that one arrive in Australia?
So we'll have an announcement towards the end of April,
Yep.
and we're kind of shooting for early-ish May.
Sure.
But 27th, I think roughly, we'll have an announcement. We'll be able to give you pricing and availability.
Yeah. And just looking sort of, into the future with the crystal ball, how long might it be before, all the flagship phones from LG have this chip, and then one day down the track, all phones from LG?
Look, good question. This is quite a new evolution, I guess, for our smartphone devices. And I think you will probably see it towards the back end of our roadmap. Probably going up in terms of premium, but now we're starting with rather than starting in the high end and coming down, it's kind of the other way around. We're kind of starting in the mid-range. It's going to be a very affordable device too.
And another great unique selling point to differentiate against everybody else. And it's also looks like a glass and metal device too.
It's not metal, but it is a fantastic build.
It looks like it.
It does, it does. A fantastic build, and if you're into stylus, all the stylus features that any other stylus device would have. It's a fantastic mid-range product, like I mentioned.
Well, it's great to see some real innovation happening at LG for 2016 in the smartphone range. So congratulations, and looking forward to the launches later this year, coming soon.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, Gino.
No problem.